Thank you. So I love hypnosis, but other people are quite unsure about what it is and how it works. So today I hope I can make things clearer and explain how it can make big changes in people's lives. Now, whilst I'm a professional hypnotist, every single one of you here today is a very good hypnotist, even if you don't realise it. Because one of the key factors of hypnosis is about suggestion and repetition, and what you suggest to yourself over and over becomes your reality. So you might have heard the saying, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. And that's the basis of hypnotic suggestion. So when you talk to yourself, give yourself positive suggestions, things like, I can do this, it will work, and visualise yourself doing it. If you haven't given yourself positive suggestions, then you get what I call a mind block. It's a bit like a roadblock. It gets in your way and stops you doing the things you want to do and getting to where you want to be. It just makes life difficult for you, really. So a mind block could be thoughts or opinions that you have about yourself or other people. Or it could be a habit that makes life difficult for yourself. Often it will have started in your childhood, and since then those unwanted thoughts have been continually repeated, reinforced and made stronger, either by other people or yourself. And here's some of the types of mind blocks that I actually help with. There's quite a few there. And they basically break down into 5 types: anxiety, unwanted habits, motivation, self-belief, and physical issues. So how can hypnosis help with all those mind blocks? Well, hypnosis is a great way to actually access your subconscious mind, and that's where all those mind blocks are actually held. There's 2 parts to your mind, the conscious and the subconscious. So think of the conscious mind like the logical, grown-up part. It likes to analyse and make sense of things. It's the part that tells you that it's silly to be frightened of spiders and that if you want to lose weight, you should just avoid the unhealthy foods. And how often do we actually listen to that? The subconscious mind, on the other hand, is more like a 6-year-old. It doesn't relate to logic, it relies on emotion. It doesn't like being scared, it likes to feel good, and it also picks up habits very quickly. Sometimes they're helpful, and sometimes they aren't. And because it's linked to survival, it's the part of your mind that reacts to things the quickest. So it will always react faster than your conscious mind. So when you realise a 6-year-old's actually running your life for you, life does make a lot more sense. You don't have to be stuck with those mind blocks, though, because just as you can teach children, you can also teach your subconscious mind to do things a different way too. It's just a question of explaining things in a new way and getting rid of the uncomfortable thoughts that are associated with the mind block. And that's where hypnosis comes in. In its simplest form, it can just be pure relaxation, because being relaxed reduces stress and anxiety, and that alone can improve people's state of mind enormously. It's a bit like having a mental massage. For most issues, though, hypnosis helps you to get into your subconscious and suggest changes that are actually acceptable to it. Now, remember, you can't do it with logic by trying to bully your mind into changing things, because you've probably been doing that for years and actually not got anywhere. So instead, it's a question of finding out why the mind block is there, what created it, and then introducing new information so that you can create new thoughts. Remember, it's the subconscious that created the block, and so that's what needs to let that block go. So, for instance, someone who might have been picked on and bullied when they were at school might grow up to have a lack of confidence. And hypnosis can help them to experience that time at school in a more positive way, adding in new understanding and abilities that they didn't have then. And that breaks the cycle of negative thoughts. Now, something that comes up quite often with hypnosis is the lack of control, the fear of losing control. But the hypnotist doesn't control you. Instead, they help your mind take back control. And you will be aware of everything that actually happens. So for me, being a hypnotist is a bit like being a passenger in a car. My client is the driver, and they know where they want to go, but they aren't quite sure how to get there. I've got a map, I can give them directions, but it's still the driver who's got control of the car, and it's up to them to choose to take those directions. So if you're thinking about hypnosis, then it's important to find a hypnotist who you think you can get on with, who will understand you, and who you think has the expertise to help you. So talk to a few hypnotists first and ask friends if they can recommend anyone. And if you have a mind block, then you can't get rid of it by your own positive suggestions, then do please think about hypnosis. It's often the last thing people think of because they just don't know enough about it, but hopefully I've helped you learn more today. So that's a quick guide to hypnosis and how it can remove mind blocks. Please do get in touch if you have any questions. And if you'd like a taste of some hypnotic relaxation, then please go to my site and download your free Hypno Holiday. Thank you very much.